Daybreak. Don't miss this. Weekdays 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. KTDD Riverside. Fox Sports 1350 is available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Download it now. JT the Brick hits the Inland Empire afternoons at 5. Fox Sports 1350. Fox Sports trending now.
8 games to know from last night.
What's up? This is TJ Ward from the Denver Broncos. You're now tuning to IE Sportsnet.
The Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are live. It is IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com. Right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Great Saturday morning. I am your host, Eternal.
And this is the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops right here.
Yes, indeed. You know what's going down, man. Wow, do we have a special show happening right now with the CIF playoffs going on right now. So it's special. It's special.
Absolutely. You know, last night, it's good now, man. The playoffs, like you said, are going on. I know you were out and about, and you were at one of the games. You had one of the spotlight games, man. But I tell you, man, we got 5 scores I think that just stood out to me, man.
Right.
And what are we going to do about these Corona Centennial boys? I mean,
well, I think the question is what are the opposing teams going to be doing with them?
What's the state going to do with them? You know?
Yeah, because you know, we got a chance to be on the sidelines when they played against Norco. And you know, every time Norco got some momentum built, they kick it off, and then McKinney's taking it to the house. You know,
or JJ Dynamite Taylor got it going.
Got it going, man. And so since Centennial again, you want to start off with them, or you want to go from the bottom?
Yeah, let's tease them. Let's tease them. Started from the bottom that we're here. So let's get it in.
Okay.
Our guys, another school out there that just all they do is win.
Exactly.
Those one and only Heritage boys. They're 12-0. It's the playoffs. They're 12-0. They beat Yucaipa, another IE team, 24-10. Citrus Hill, friends of the show. We had them on the show. You know, I'll say, when you look at the scores, the city of Redlands had a rough night last night.
Well, you know, the fact of the matter is they at least were there.
I'm talking about all Redlands schools.
Well, true.
Because Citrus Hills beat Redlands.
Well, no, but that's what I'm saying. But the fact of the matter was, at least
I see they were in the playoffs.
They were in the playoffs,
right?
And so that says something about the about both those programs,
right.
But again, ironically, both those games are taking place less than 5 miles away from each other,
right?
When we're talking about Citrus Hill taking on Redlands, and then you had Rancho Verde.
The game you were at.
Exactly, taking on Redlands East Valley. And both of them were really competitive games. The Citrus Hill game came down to a last play, and Citrus Hill ended up winning. And they, and again, now they're going to be going on to the playoffs to play the winner of the Rev game. However, they won the game 2016. So
right, and then so Citrus Hills pulled out against Redlands 20-16, and then the game you were at last night was Rancho Verde against Rev, and I mean that's a great game for Rancho. Coach Steinberg, he's making a difference over there
without a doubt. Again, you just notice it on the sidelines, the team not giving up. They really never led the game. The quarterback just really stuck it out. EJ Stewart. Had a really good game. He actually threw a couple picks, had some turnovers early. The team picked it up behind him. The great thing what I can really say about Rancho Verde is their defense was really playing top notch, because all the turnovers they had early in the game, the defense was only down. They ended up making it at halftime. I believe it was a 10-7 score. So again, they kept it competitive. But wow, really great game. It came down to a couple last plays. The defense showed up big. And Rancho Verde ended up winning 28-24.
And once again, you're listening to IE Sportsnet on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM with Coach B and Eternal. Now, another game, this was kind of a nail-biter. Two friends of the show.
Wow, yes, indeed.
We've had Summit on, and we've had Chino on.
Yep.
And Summit has pretty much run through everybody this year.
Yes, they have.
And when I was looking at it, because you can get the scores on IESportsnet.com, live, up-to-date, up-to-the-minute scores. And I looked at it, and Chino was ahead for a long while. But Summit came back, led by Carr, our USC Trojan commit.
You see him flossing. He had the wristband and the gloves on. I don't know if you saw the pictures.
Yes, have you seen the newspaper? They took some pictures online. He had the sleeve, so he's looking good. So Summit pulled it out to still be 12-0 in the playoffs. They pulled it out against Chino 13-19. And, you know, it's tough for us to say this because these people are all friends of the show.
Friends of the show.
And we see them go down.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, it's tough, man. But, you know, you can see all those games last night were competitive. I mean, if you spent your money last night here in the Inland Empire, you weren't disappointed. But, again, Summit did end up being victorious against Chino 13-9.
And once again, like we said, the big boys, and finally they got their number 1 state of California ranking back.
Snatched it
which
back.
They should have never lost.
Never lost.
I think they started the season number 1 and slipped all the way to number 3. Never
lost the game. Yeah.
Never lost the game this season.
I don't even know if there was a game that was competitive.
Exactly.
With you.
And this is the second round of playoffs, right? The Pac-5 is the toughest conference in the nation.
Guaranteed,
right?
Hands down.
And in Centennial, all they did was went out and won 49-27.
Wow. You know,
against Olu.
Yeah, and again, this is a very good Orange Lutheran team. Discipline, they play discipline football. Again, it's kind of the same thing you saw with Rev last night. That's why I was really impressed. And I got to say, man, Coach Barrage, you know, I got a chance to shake his hand both times, and he was still, you know, even in defeat, he was really good. But those boys just play discipline football. And that's the same thing you get with Orange Lutheran. They play discipline football, and still, when you get a score like that, 49-27, that's saying something about your football team.
And you know, we forgot to talk about this last week. Who finished number 1 in the final IE Sportsnet Top 20 poll?
Yes. Centennial.
It's Centennial.
I mean, from the start.
And that's the second year they did that, because last year they started out number 1.
Exactly.
So they keep running that table.
Yep.
And in 2 years in a row, Centennial has won the IESportsnet.com regular season top 20 poll. I think they already won next year's as well. I was looking at the predictions.
Right.
So I'm pretty sure they'll get next year's as well.
Right.
But I'm excited. We got some announcements.
Oh, man.
I am pretty excited about this.
Greg, you know, okay. See,
we got to make it special.
We got my man Greg Holler with the drum roll. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, IE Sportsnet presents. I mean, Coach B, go ahead and do the honors, man, because you've been doing so much work on this, man. Go ahead, do the honors, brother.
December 6th, IE Sportsnet presents the Inland Valley All-Star Volleyball Classic to take place at A.B. Miller. Coach Rome is spearheading this. But the big one is going to be January 16th.
The big gorilla in the room.
Absolutely.
Indeed.
January 16th. You go ahead and do the honors on that.
Well, January 16th, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, taking place at the A.B. Miller Football Stadium, the Inland Valley All-Star Football Classic.
Absolutely. Coaches are picked.
Hey, coaches are picked.
Yes.
The kids are excited.
Michelle Gardner's.
We're going to be doing a look. If you guys want to participate in the voting process, you use the hashtag IV All-Stars. Hashtag IV All-Stars. Start sending us your Hyundai videos. We're going to start getting the stuff out to these coaches. It's going to be a great thing.
Absolutely.
And again, Inland Valley, but Coach, who are we specifically targeting with the Inland Valley? I mean, we got to kind of make it plain for them, brother.
The Inland Valley is the best of San Bernardino County. So we're going to have kids from the Pomona Valley, from the Inland Valley, like Rancho Cucamonga, Fontana area, the High Desert, and all the way up to the Yucaipa area.
We didn't forget about you.
Absolutely. So it's going to be the best of San Bernardino County in volleyball and football. And we're bringing the basketball game, it's going to be the second annual for basketball.
Second annual basketball, yeah.
And then we'll do a soccer game later on in the year as well.
Really exciting stuff. But again, just to do a recap, again, is IE Sportsnet presents December 6th, the Inland Valley All-Star Volleyball Classic, again, taking place at A.B. Miller. And then on January 16th, 2016, the Inland Valley All-Star Football Classic.
Absolutely.
Both taking place at the great school of A.B. Miller in Fontana.
Spearheaded and overseen by the great Coach Romanelli, head basketball coach, friend of the show.
Supported by the Fontana Police Association.
Mayor Warren. City Council Member Tahan and City Council Member Wybert, all of Fontana. So the city of Fontana has done so much for us.
And, and a quick thing, I know we got to get ready to get out here to go to commercial. But one of the things that I'm really excited to announce about the football game in particular is that there's going to be no charge to the kids.
Absolutely
so
not.
That's the great thing about it. There's a lot of all-star games you got to pay for. You got to pay for this. No charge to the kids whatsoever. And again, that was done by our support from the Fontana Police Association, as well as the
Mayor Warren. She's been so. I've known Mayor Warren since 2008. She's been good to me since 2008. Tahan, City Council member, he's Mayor Pro Tem. Tahan has been good for me as well. I've known him. I've worked with him since 2009, 2010.
Right.
And City Council member Weiberg, she's been very supportive. And the Fontana PD has been supportive for us for years. I've worked with them for years. The President Vesti, and then Mr. Hunt. They've been so good to us. So good to us. So
Ted Hunt, I love you, brother.
I'm a Fontana resident. Love what the Fontana PD is doing out there with the community, because I have to make a point, being African American. Fontana PD has done a lot of great things for minorities in the city of Fontana.
We can't say that. We can say that. I mean, in the midst of that, don't get me started. Have mercy.
Absolutely. So coming up next, should we tell them who we got on today?
Well, you know what? Check it out. You guys just want to keep up your seatbelt on, but go ahead, Coach B. Let them know we have some very special guests.
We got Coach Jacob from Chafee High School girls basketball, friends of the show. He was on last year. Coach Birch from Rev. He coached the Inland Valley first annual basketball classic last year. Head coach of Rev boys basketball. Had a magical run last year in the playoffs. And then we have Coach Destiny, friend of the show from Cali Elite, and the Dreamers.
Yeah. Man, IE Dreamers. These young kids, man, are just doing a great job. They're impressive. Every time I've been talking to one of the guys from IE Dreamers, Zach, throughout the course of the week, and I'm really impressed by that young man. Very impressed.
So let's go ahead and step out, do this commercial, and we'll be right back with Coach Burke from Rev High School. So you are listening to IE Sports Net with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM.
KTDD Riverside. Fox Sports 1350 is available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Download it now.
What's up? This Nick Young of the LA Lakers. You rocking at IE Sportsnet.
The Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back. It is IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com. Right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. I am your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B when it comes to Inland Empire Sports. The conversation starts and stops right here.
Yes, indeed. We're right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Great Saturday morning. Wow, do we have a special guest right here live in the house. Coach, Rev has just been doing some great stuff, man, but please do us the courtesy. You're a friend of the show. Introduce yourself to the IE Sportsnet audience.
All right, my name's Bill Barrage, and I'm the boys varsity basketball coach at Redlands East Valley High School.
Coach, I'm glad you said your name, because I think I messed your name up so bad. So, Coach Barrage, man, again, Coach, thank you so much for coming by. I know you have a lot going on today. But again, thank you so much for sharing your time. So, Coach, we'll hop right into it. Now, last season, you guys had a great run in the playoffs, and you guys were doing some great things. I mean, it was kind of like Rev was really on a big run. You guys kind of got that momentum from your football team winning state. Tell us about that experience, the impact it had on you, and as well as your team.
Well, we won two preseason tournaments and finished third in the IE, and I think we were 15-2 at one point, and then we lost 4 games in a row and ended up finishing, I think, third in league, and I think had a real opportunity to collapse and didn't. Really a great group of kids,
right.
and end up making the CIF finals and state quarterfinals, and so I think it's created a little bit of a climate and culture where, there's 5 or 6 kids who would like to get back.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing, Coach. I tell you what. So now I know you had some very special players to kind of help you out get deep into the season. Are there? Tell us who's some of the players that are coming back, as well as some of the new ones that are currently helping your team.
We graduated 4 out of 5 starters.
Wow.
Including Alex Ziska, probably the best shooting guard we've ever had, and Chris Harper, who's like a highlight film kid. And, so I have Kim Aiken Jr. back, who was a sophomore. He's 6'6". He really had a great year for us, and now he's back, and I've got a 6'7", 15-year-old kid, Mikhail Williams, who will help us, and Bryce Lawson, probably, I don't know of a better point guard in the IE, and he's a junior. So So we lost a lot, but I think we'll be in the hunt again.
Indeed.
And once again, you're listening to Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM, IE Sports Network, Coach being eternal, worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. So, Coach, now I'm looking at your schedule, and I see this year, you were talking about some of the tournaments you did last year. You guys have got some great early season tournaments. You have the Beaumont Tip-Off Classic, the San Bernardino Kiwanis, as well as the Inland Empire Classic, which we'll be at because
Indeed.
that's a great thing that Coach Rome over at AB Miller is involved with. What are your thoughts about some of those matchups that you have in those tournaments, Coach?
Well, the Beaumont tournament, we've been in 3 years and we've won it 2 out of 3. That's always been a great tournament.
That's a good
for
reason
us.
to go.
Yeah, it's a good reason to go back, right? And we won the Kiwanis last year, and in Coach Romo's tourney over there to IE, we came in 3rd, which is the best we've ever done. That's a real top-notch tournament.
Yeah,
So third was really quite good. So
nice.
We're looking to hopefully perform again this year.
Indeed.
Good deal. And then once we get past that tough preseason schedule, you guys are in the Citrus Belt. That's one of the storied conferences out in San Bernardino County. You have Eisenhower, Cajon, Yucaipa, Miller, and Kearney, and of course, your crosstown rivals where you have Redlands and Citrus Valley. What are your thoughts on league this year, and what are some of the matchups that you're looking for? I know you and Rome. Rome he's talked so highly about you and the way you guys have a chess match every year. So what matchups are you looking for this year?
Well, Miller is going to be really good. He, Coach being back, Coach Rome is, he's one of the best coaches around. He's my neighbor. He kind of brought down the neighborhood a little bit.
That's right. He lives in Redlands.
He is my neighbor. He's about 5 houses away.
There goes the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, it's really gone down.
Cutting your line to see that guy.
Yeah.
That's got to be tough if you win or lose. You're out there cutting the grass.
Right.
It's tough. If you lose, you don't cut the grass.
You don't
You
stay inside. That's funny.
But I think, Miller will be really good. Cajon, I think, is going to be really a top team. Everything goes through Eisenhower. They're the perennial power, I think, in the CBL. And, Redlands and CV, I think they're going to be good and rivals. I don't know all the Yucaipa is young, but I think they'll be good. I think it's going to be a real balanced league. I think whoever wins it is not going to go 14-0.
Indeed. Coach, what I wanted to ask you something, because one of the things, we were at the game last night, Rev's big game, a football game against Rancho Verde. One of the unique things I really see about Rev, is that the way you guys travel. I mean, the support you guys get. Maybe you can kind of talk about that. What's special? Because I'm sure as a coach, that's a unique experience, the way those fans support you guys.
Yeah, it's great. It really is great. It's always been great in football, even when we were horrible.
Yeah.
When the school started, we traveled well and we had great crowds.
Right.
And but these last couple years, and I think a lot with football, with the great success they had and us having a good year, we just have a great base. And some of these kids are real excited and have fun going to the game.
Right.
My son's a senior
at
Rev, and he's kind of one of the ringleaders up there in the stands. And but it's great. It's really been. It's what high school sports should be. That kind of following and fun. So.
Indeed.
And once again, we have Coach Burke. Am I saying that right?
Barrage.
I'm terrible with it. Barrage. You said
Barrage. Get it right, give him 50.
I know. He's going to give you push-ups.
Right.
Now, when I look at your resume, 2005 CIF finalist, 2005 Division II quarterfinalist. You've gone to 4 CIF semis or better. You are the winningest coach in Rev history, but you're also the losingest coach in Rev history.
That's correct.
That's like a trivia question.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you were the only coach in program history.
Right.
So you're gonna retire from that place, huh?
At some point, I'll retire. Yeah, that's where we're at, winning and losing.
So what has it been like when this is your program, and it's kind of, and I know I've talked to a lot of coaches that have been in the program a lot. Like my high school coach, I can't even say my high school coach because I was a bench warmer.
Yeah, right.
But my high school coach at Downing, Coach Shelton, is still there, and I graduated in '93. And Coach Shelton is still there. And it's kind of like what your program is. This is your program. How has it been building that program from a brand new school to where you're getting to now?
It's been great. There's been some, peaks and valleys for sure.
Certainly.
We've had some great teams, and we've had some teams that, haven't won many games, but we try and have a climate and a culture and kids being a class act and want to be part of it. And, we've kind of got it going now these last, 10 years. I think we've been pretty competitive. So, it's just a lot of fun. It's a great school to teach at, and the sports are great and the support is great. So, no complaints.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Well, I tell you what, Coach, I know you got to get out of here, man. Thank you so much,
Got to get
man.
to practice.
You got to get to. He's like, practice.
He's going to make somebody run laps so you can go back
somebody's
to
hit
rest.
some suicide. Somebody going to hit some suicide. Somebody doing some suicide today.
Exactly.
But again, Coach, thank you so much, man. Best of luck with you on your season. And again, man, come back and share some of your experience with us this year, please.
Keep us posted. And before we do, Coach, I want to say personally thank you, and I know Eternal feels the same for what you did with that game last year for the Inland Valley All-Star Classic. It was Rome's game, and we just came and helped it out. But I personally want to say thank you for coming out and being a part of that game.
It was a lot of fun.
I know you didn't have to donate your time to that game, so you had a great game. So we definitely appreciate you coming out,
Thank
Coach.
you.
Please send more kids out this year because Rome told us I think the final count was about 2,200 people.
Wow, yeah.
And we put that game together in a month.
Yeah, so it's going to get some momentum, man. So we're excited about it.
Absolutely. So thank you once again, Coach Barrage. I'm Terry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Hey, you know,
just call me Coach B like you.
Exactly.
I like that. And audience, Coach B was going to be doing some suicides.
Exactly. I mispronounce my own name sometimes. So it's all good. So we thank you so much for coming in and like we said, keep in contact and let us know how the season goes. We're going to step out to commercial. We got Coach Jake. I'm not even going to try to say his last name. Coach Jacobs coming up next from Chafee.
Indeed.
So you're listening to IE Sports Net with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
KTDD Riverside. Fox Sports 1350 is available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Download it now.
What's up? This Nick Young of the LA Lakers. You rocking at IE Sportsnet.
The Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back at this IE Sportsnet, IESportsNet.com, right here live on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM, live on the iHeartRadio app. I am your host, Eternal.
And this is the one and only Coach B when it comes to Inland Empire Sports. You know the conversation starts and stops right here.
Man, do we have a great show. Great Saturday morning. Live with our man, Greg
Friends
Holland.
of the show Saturday.
Man, tell you what, brother. But, Coach, you know what, man? I mean, if you would be kind enough, again, friend of the show, now when you come in here, man, you don't have to worry about watching your wallet. A little easier come in now. We got coffee,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
It's a beautiful thing.
Tap,
Exactly. Coach, please do us the honors, man, of introducing yourself to the IE Sportsnet audience.
Yeah, Coach Jacob Ahmad, Chafee Girls High School Basketball, Lady Tiger Hoops. You want to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Indeed, man. Well, Coach Ahmad, man, thank you so much for coming out, man. I know it's, you got to travel in, man. I know this is generally like time you want to get some practice in, but I appreciate you coming out today, man.
Nah, man, I need a quick break right before the season starts.
I heard that, man. So, Coach, now last season, obviously that's behind us now. You're building something special over at Chafee, man. Talk about coming into this year, and what did you miss about the team?
Man, I mean, it's great. I mean, what a time to be a Tiger. You know what I'm saying? Like, It's just everything's falling into full circle right now. I'm going into my second year, like you said. Last year we're building, but I just keep on looking forward, and so do the girls. So they feed off of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you. This is unique because you started coaching at the YMCA. Now talk about that, man, because a lot of people aren't really up on the YMCA. We started, back in the day, that's when I started playing basketball as the YMCA, man. So talk about that experience, man. And obviously you've had a love for coaching early, so maybe you can kind of talk about that.
Yeah, since I was 16 years old, coached my brother. We're back at the Upland YMCA. I mean, it was just something I fell in love with, and you got to start somewhere.
Right.
I mean, basketball's basketball wherever you go. So,
Indeed.
I mean, it just ran with it, and that was it.
And Coach, once again, you're listening to IE Sportsnet on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM worldwide on the iHeartMedia app. Now, I want to know who are some of the players that you're impressed with, and then also let's talk about some of your because it's funny when you look at Max Prep, they only showed regular season, but what tournaments are you guys going to be involved in, and some of the, like we said, some of the players that you're excited to see get out there in your second year?
Okay, yeah, everybody's been pretty much doing a good job of getting better. I mean, that's one thing that we preach is like get better every single day. I mean, be a winner. Whatever you do, be a winner. Outside the court, inside the court, whatever you do, go be a winner.
Indeed.
And the senior leadership, I'm really happy with that. I mean, our seniors have really taken a grasp of our younger players. I'm I'm really happy with our sophomores right now that are on the roster, and 2 of them are going to start for us. 2 sophomores. So,
wow.
I mean, but the seniors have done a good job of taking them under their wing and, showing them the way I am and, what I expect and X, Y, Z. So it's been good. It's been real good. And then some of the tournaments that we've been, kind of looking forward to is the Claremont tournament because, we got Lakeside in there and they're a good team. And then the Ontario Christian Tournament because it's during the holidays. We'll be able to get all the families in there.
Right.
Nice.
It's just a good close time and everybody, is all with one another. So it's good. It's real good.
One thing that's really important I want to know about this because last year you hung out at the banquet. You had a player in the game. Do we have a senior that we can expect to be in the Inland Valley Classic again this year?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we got plenty of good people, but, they got to go out there and work.
They got to make it. Okay. That's what's important to us.
Exactly.
They got to go get it.
They got to show it.
I do got a senior or 2 that do have potential, but they got to go get it just like everything else, They got to go reach for the stars.
Okay, now I digress. So
Indeed. Well, I tell you what, I mean, because obviously, Coach, again, this being your second year, you had to go in there and start a new culture about hey, we're going to start doing it Coach Ahmad's way. Maybe you can kind of talk about the new culture and how you kind of got that going forward with your team.
Oh man, it's just been a blessing. I mean, we got everybody buying into the family aspect. I mean, most people would just say, yeah, family on 3, and
right.
And they get out the gym and they don't even say a word.
Right.
I mean, I know some of the girls last night after practice, they all got together and they went out to another player's house and they just had a sleepover or something like that. And so they were all gung-ho about that. And,
right.
But yeah, I mean, it's just they buy into the family aspect. We don't have a lot of parent support, but the girls look at each other as family. So, and that's the biggest thing is that, if you guys stick together and play for one another, the sky's the limit.
If you guys have any family barbecues or anything like that, actually invite.
Yeah.
We'll cover it,
Tofu barbecue.
Oh yeah. Hey,
that's right. Eternal's a vegetarian, so I'll eat all the ribs and everything sent my way.
I'm Middle Eastern. My dad's from Pakistan, so I'll hook you guys up with some curry chicken.
Man, let me tell you what, brother.
Don't say curry chicken around my wife unless you got some. So my wife Brandy loves some curry chicken.
Man, tell the truth,
I won't make it too spicy.
Indeed. Well, I tell you what, Coach, man. Again, obviously, man, we appreciate you coming up. But who are some of the teams out there that you're looking at that are some special teams that you're looking at? You got to say, hey, we got to lock up for these games coming in.
Man, it's plain and simple. The girls have talked about it since who knows when. I mean, it's been on their mind. I know it's on their mind. The top dogs in our league is Colony and Altaloma. I mean, it's plain and simple.
Right.
I want to beat them. They want to beat them.
Right.
If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best.
Exactly.
It just comes down to that. They know it. We know it. And that's what we're going for.
I like that, man.
Plain and simple.
I like that.
And then one thing that I want to talk to you, Coach. Now you're young, and it looks like you can still play ball.
Hey,
I know you said you got the little injury. I don't know what it was like to ever play in a varsity game. I went to a lot of varsity games and watched, but it looks like you can still play, Coach. But I've heard a lot about this, especially when the WNBA first rolled out. And coaches that played in the NBA and coach at the NBA, they say that the girls' game is more fundamentally sound. And being a player, because you played yourself, is that something that you can agree to?
I think, coaching boys and coaching girls, there's a lot of differences, but I think you get more, or I would say more egos with coaching the boys.
Right.
Coaching girls.
If you would have coached me.
Right.
Hey, we got LeBron over
right,
here.
Right, yeah, man.
Coach, you can come. No, Magic Johnson, not Kobe. Magic. That's why I wear the goatee, because of Magic, but it's all good.
We got a 6'5" point guard over here.
Right.
But no, like I said, the girls want to be coached just like the guys, and I mean, they don't want to say, take it easy on me, don't stop yelling at me.
Right.
No, they want to be coached just as much as the boys.
Right.
And I mean, they don't want you to lie to them. Tell them how it is. And I mean, that's the biggest thing. And then also the egos. You don't have no egos with girls. They just want to get better, and they want to be the best. And
that's good stuff.
But with the guys, they just kind of like,
right. They have a good game, and they're like, hold on, coach, man, you can't be yelling at me, brother. I had 30 points last night. Yeah.
I just airballed a 3.
Right.
I'm
right. Jacked up a 40. I'm Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, Coach, I'm glad you mentioned that. I grew up in the golden age of the NBA in the 80s. You know, and you know you had a fast break back then.
Right.
What would you do? You would get on the wing and you would get to the rim. Right. Now everybody wants to be Steph, and on a fast break, it'll be a 2-on-1. They stop and shoot a 3.
Yeah.
What is that about, Coach?
It's just it's the part of the game. It's what the game is now. A lot of people will say, you know, why don't you post the ball as much? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You know, commentators X, Y, Z.
No one, but it's to the back.
Nobody. Everybody plays face up now. It's just the trend of the game now.
Like Dirk Nowitzki ball or something. No one's back to the basket anymore.
It was European.
Yeah. It's going to more of a European game, a 3-out, you know, stretch 4s and things like that. So I mean, it's just a different game.
Coach in here calling plays. Stretch 4s. I didn't play, so I don't understand what you're saying, Coach.
He about to be, all he understands is to run suicide. Take pictures for the team.
Let's get a track meet out.
Exactly. Well, I tell you what, Coach, man, again, man, thank you so much for joining us today. You know, best of luck on your season.
Thank you.
Obviously, we appreciate your support last year. You know, for our All-Star game, we were out there, man. So
awesome.
Again, you know, anything we can do to help you guys out, you know, just say the word.
Yeah, man. We start our season off on Monday over at Chafee High School against Ganesha.
Nice.
I mean, I'm really excited to get started as much as the girls are.
Right.
I'm happy to be here with you guys.
We appreciate it. And then your player that played in the Inland Valley Classic game, what was her name?
Ileana Rios.
How's she doing?
I think she's at, where did she say she was at? Mount Sac.
There you go. We love to see that, man.
Yeah, so exactly.
Because she was kind of bouncing around deciding where to go, and I think she ended up at Mount Sac last time I heard. Yeah.
Nice. We appreciate it, man. So stay in contact. Continue to be a friend of the show. Let's make this an annual thing.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We got to get you guys out to a game.
Absolutely.
Yeah, please. Yeah, certainly.
Absolutely. We've got to do that. So thank you so much, Coach, for coming out. Once again, Coach, I'm just going to say Coach Jacob.
Man, it's Coach Ahmad. I got you, brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to let Eddie start reading the name. Chafee High School girls basketball coach. Follow him on Instagram, Lady Tigers Hoop. On Twitter, Lady Tigers _hoops. Check him out. Follow him. Give him some love.
Indeed.
You're listening to IE Sports Net with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
KTDD Riverside. Fox Sports 1350 is available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Download it now.
What's up? This Nick Young of the LA Lakers. You rocking at IE Sportsnet.
The Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back at this IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM, live on the iHeartRadio app. It is your host, Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops right here. I think our next guest was busting the move when the music started.
We have this is again a friend of the show. Like when you know when your partner was here last time, we said so we're so formal and so cool. You could come in the house and drink the Kool-Aid. You know, it was
just not the red Kool-Aid.
Just not the red Kool-Aid. You know, maybe the grape. Coach Justin, what you want to do is hold that mic, so I way all the beautiful people out there in the world, all over the iHeartRadio app can hear us. Please introduce yourself to the to the IE Sportsnet audience.
What's going on, IE Sportsnet? This is Coach Destiny with Cali Elite basketball.
Hey. Well, we had some great fun a couple weeks ago for the really having a good time for the Invitational, for the Veterans Day Invitational. Talk to us a little bit about that, because we had fun out there. We're out there at Grand Terrace High School, and you guys are also at another high school too. It's like split in 2 different spots, man. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we were split between Grand Terrace High School and Arrowhead Christian. That tournament was sold out. It was a big tournament. It was packed in there both days.
Yeah.
It was a lot of competition and talent in there. I saw a lot of great things coming out of the IE in the future.
That's the one you guys promoted, that it was some Fox Sports owner personality. I don't know if that had anything to do with
it. When we were doing the video, and again, we have Coach Destiny here with Cali Elite. When we were doing the video, Coach B was like, "We got to make sure you get me up in there."
Get my good side, which is all sides,
all of them.
Guaranteed. But talk to us a little bit about Coach Destiny, if you would. Who Cali Elite is and what you guys are doing, please.
Oh man, Cali Elite has came a long way. We've been up for about 3 years now, and every year we're growing. We started with one team, we're up to 5.
Right.
And then in the summertime, we get our high school boys back and we have JV and varsity.
Yeah.
We're up to 7 teams.
Wow.
And for a team that started from the bottom, and come in 3 years, we're getting people telling us, man, there are teams that's been up and running 20 years and they don't run tournaments once a month.
It's
big right now. It's big. We're out there. We want to give back. We want to have something for the kids to do that's positive.
Indeed.
There's so much negative going on right now that if we can keep them in the gym having fun, why not?
Exactly. And you guys are doing a really, really good job about that. We have to tip your cap to that because, again, some people, you see them, they're out there, they're preaching the wins and they're and the kids aren't winning. They're not really all that enthusiastic about coaching the kids. But each time we come to the tournament, we talk to the kids. You guys get a chance to go to IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com. You see the video. All the kids are engaged. I've seen some of the kids come in, they're shy and they're kind of like you're not really engaged, and now you can see them, they're out there, they're confident, they're right there, they're introducing themselves, they're performing well in school, so it's a really good thing.
It's all about being comfortable. We do the tutoring. I mean, we have kids that we practice 3 days a week, but maybe they only practice once because at the end of the day, school comes first.
Indeed.
There you go.
You come to the gym and we get a call that you're not performing well or something, you get on that stage.
Right.
You do your homework. What do you need help with? We have parents that are always willing. What sport? What subject do they need help in? And we have parents. Oh, I'm good in that. What does he need help with? Things like that. And that's what Cali Elite is about. We're family oriented.
Indeed.
We have to be family oriented. I think we're one of the fewer programs that is all about family. We want everybody to know that if you're in with us, we're in with you.
Indeed. And y'all and so family oriented. I mean, real quick, because I know Coach B got to chime in real quick. So family oriented, orientated that you can go out there and get you a little brisket sandwich.
That part.
Get you a little brisket sandwich.
That part.
During the tournament.
Shout out to our sponsors.
I digress.
Absolutely. And once again, we have Coach Destiny, one of the co-founders of Cali Elite Basketball.
Yes.
Now, one thing that we know what you're here for, we know what you guys are going to talk about, because I was looking on my calendar and I said I got another appearance coming up in December.
Yes.
So we have the Toys for Tots coming up. So talk a little bit about that and how you guys, I mean, I don't want to say it was the brainchild of Eddie and I to do something with toys, but we said, Anthony, what if we did something for the kids and got toys?
Little babies.
Tell us a little something about that, what the tournament is and what it means to Cali Elite.
Toys for Tot, I think this is our second annual Toys for Tot tournament. It's December 5th and 6th. We're going to be at Arrowhead Christian. What it is you come in, you bring a toy, you don't even have to pay to get in. You can come and watch sports because you brought a toy. We like giving back to the community, so all these toys are going to go to people that are less fortunate, the families. Last year, we did a Secret Santa, and we showed up on 2-3 people's doorsteps with gifts, rung the doorbell, took off running.
Right.
And it's so, it makes you feel so good inside to see things on Instagram. Like, I don't know who dropped gifts off at my house, but you made my kids Christmas.
Yeah.
I'll give you my address if you want to do that again. I got 3 babies out there.
We wanted to chase you down. The Talbert family wanted to chase you down and tell y'all thank you, but we were too busy with that turkey.
Yeah.
You sure you got babies?
Yeah, I got a daughter, Brianna,
babies?
and 2 boys, Brian Jr. and Brandon. I can give you the size
Both
of their
them,
ages
all of them
if
hungry.
you need me to. But I want to ask you, and that's a great thing you guys did, the Secret Santa. What like you said, you see a lot of these programs, they don't do the tutoring for subjects. I'm glad I'm not a parent because Lord knows I can't tutor nobody.
That part.
So what made you guys want to give back to the community? I think it differentiates you from a lot of these AAU programs out there.
Yeah, I think what it is we have the rec center in Moreno Valley. They're awesome. They're great. But they don't offer as much maybe competition, and even we want to drive these kids. A lot of kids nowadays, they just look at it and they think, oh, I'm average.
Right.
But we don't want these kids to settle for average.
Right.
So the big thing for us is first of all, my partner Anthony, he is awesome.
Right. Say it again. Right.
He is an awesome man. Shout out to Anthony Nichols, Cali Elite, co-founder with me. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He is awesome, and anytime that he can give back, he is so smart.
Yeah.
There's no situation that I've seen yet that he can't work his way through or help somebody get through a situation.
Right.
And that's why we're so family oriented, because of him.
Right.
Like, he wants to better the people around him. And, you know, he has kids in the program.
Right.
And one, his son is an 8th grader now. And man,
Yeah,
I
transition.
think that's why we're doing it. We see the growth in him.
Yeah.
And he influences people at his school and after school programs and things like that.
Right.
And that's what it's all about.
Right.
Positive being influenced.
Yeah,
Being
and then-
positive.
And I know we're pressed up against the time. We got about 30 seconds. So December 5th and 6th, Arrowhead Christian. So if someone wants to get in contact with you, if they want to sign up for Cali Elite, give us your contact information and let us know how they can get a hold of. I don't know if Anthony wants me to give his number out, but
Oh,
I
yeah, he
certainly
already
can.
told me I can.
He's already got the exclusivity. I mean, the line came through.
He already told me, go ahead and do what you got to do.
Okay.
So this is what it is. December 5th and 6th, we're having Toys for Tot. If you can't make it down to Arrowhead Christian, you can always come to March Middle School Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. We're there. You can drop your toys off there if that's possible. You can always reach us on Cali Elite Basketball on Instagram and Elite Sports on Facebook. Coach Anthony and myself can be reached at 951-379-2376 any time of the day. Even if you just want to talk, you can shout us a holler.
Absolutely.
There it is.
And if you guys want to drop off toys, I can give you guys my home address. I'll make sure, I'll test them out and make sure they're good.
It needs to be $100 or better.
Absolutely.
We got a little prerequisite.
My kids like video games. So.
And I don't want no Charlie Brown tree neither. You know
I
what
see
mean?
your daughter over there looking like, not me, Daddy, not me.
I know, right? She wants
No,
cars
he about
and
to know. He
whatnot,
about to
so.
see it, but he about that bank's about to get broken.
Exactly, right? My wife decided to go get a job because my daughter will be a senior in 2 years, so we're getting ready for it now. But we, as always, we thank you so much for coming out.
Big up to Coach Anthony.
Big ups.
Big up to Coach Anthony, Coach Destiny from the Cali Elite.
Indeed.
Absolute friend of the show. IE Sportsnet wouldn't be what it is today without the support of people like Cali Elite. So thank you for coming in here early. You were ripe and ready.
Anytime.
So you're listening to IE Sportsnet with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM and worldwide on the iHeartMedia app.
KTDD Riverside. Fox Sports 1350 is available anywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Download it now.
What's up? This Nick Young of the LA Lakers. You rocking at IE Sportsnet.
The Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back at this IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM, worldwide on the iHeartRadio app. I am your host, The Eternal.
And I am the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
Man, we have some very special guests.
You've been high on these guys for a long time.
Yeah, these young men have been, they've been impressive. I like what they're doing, man.
I didn't get a hat. I didn't get a T-shirt.
Yeah,
That's
man.
okay.
We was like, hold on a minute. Did we get a T-shirt?
Hey, next time we'll get a T-shirt.
That's all good, brother. Don't worry about it, man. But no, please do us the courtesy. These guys are here on a cool family break, man. So please introduce yourself to the IE Sportsnet audience.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Zach Schmidt, and this is my best friend.
My name is David Vasquez, and I'm a co-founder of the Dreamers.
Yeah, so we do the Inland Empire Dreamers. So what we do is we're a social media feed on Instagram where we post about all the high school, professional, and collegiate athletes that come from the Inland Empire as one feed that's like kind of like an ESPN, but just for our local community.
Indeed. Now, Zach, and your partner, maybe you guys can kind of talk about how this whole process started and how you guys kind of came up with the idea.
You know, it started about a year ago. I knew my dad over here is an entrepreneur, and I knew it's something that I wanted to do too. And I'm very passionate about sports. Me and David played high school baseball together, and we just wanted to do something, and we knew we wanted to give back to our community. And how it started from there is my sister, we had a group chat, cell phone group chats. My sister was like, you just got to start an Instagram page to start it out. And one day I just sat down. I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
And, from there, we've just been reaching out to as many people as we can.
Indeed.
We've really been around a bunch of great athletes here, and we don't get the recognition that LA and Orange County does.
Speak on it.
So I mean, I've played with the best. I've played with guys that have been drafted all over the place. So it's just nice to give IE the recognition that it finally deserves.
Indeed.
And once again, we're talking to the IE Dreamers on IE Sportsnet on Fox 1350 AM. And you said something, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Please. No, it's all good.
I know you're going to say something. I'm an LA import. I'm from the LA area. And Eddie is a Riverside guy, born and raised. And you guys are from the IE. And I know we had some things we were going to talk about, but I want to talk more about the Dreamers. Let's talk about you guys. What is it like growing up knowing that you guys don't have the exposure like in the LA area? And you guys are kind of spirit, because I see posts, you guys get 400 or 500 likes.
Yeah,
it's like when Eddie
we're
first
up to
told me,
almost
like
1,000 now.
Okay,
He's like, we're bossing up now.
I mean, when you guys post something, you guys, I mean, if they don't get 400 or 500 likes on a picture, it's a bad day.
Well, the good thing about it is there's a lot of engagement, which is good.
Right. So explain that to me.
And I think that's why there is so much engagement. You know, I mean, for us to get exposure, we have to go out to Orange County. We have to go out to LA to these different tournaments and all this stuff. And I think that's why it's getting so much exposure, is because, you know, we're getting people together. It's a really community effort, and I think that's why people are really getting behind it.
Mm-hmm. A couple of quick things now. I know we have about 3 minutes. So, but there's some players that you guys have been really featuring. So let's talk about and let's go with baseball first, because we just kind of got out of a dynamic season. I know there's a couple of players you wanted to talk about, but more one in particular. So maybe you can highlight that real quick, please.
Yeah, let me tell you something about David Vasquez. This guy knows everything about sports.
He got hype. You can see he was like.
Yeah, this guy loves talking baseball, so I'm going to give this all to my boy David Vasquez.
No doubt.
All right. First, I'm going to start off with Ryan Madsen. So, Ryan Madsen was a pitcher on the Kansas City Royals who just recently won the World Series. He hadn't pitched since 2011. He took 4 years off from different shoulder surgeries and Tommy John, etc.
Wow.
But he was part of a electroshock therapy that he started, and then the Angels actually told him, we don't cover that. We're not going to do that. So he just kind of retired and went off. But he was giving a pitching lesson, and he was pitching, and he just his student told him, you should come out again. So he started the electroshock therapy again, and he posted a 2.13 ERA. He was the setup man for the Royals, who already had one of the deepest bullpens, and then he eventually won a World Series. He's a free agent now, so we'll see what type of money.
And what high school did he go to?
He went to Valley View High School.
There you go.
That's crazy.
He's a Temecula native too, and the pitcher that he was coaching, his name's Johnny Morrell, who's going to be a senior for Murrieta Valley. That's a name to look out for sure.
Indeed. Now, I know we got to get ready to wrap up real quick, man, but I appreciate you guys coming out. Tell everybody where they can find you at again, and so that way we can give you guys some pub, please.
Yeah, just IE Dreamers on Instagram, at IE Dreamers, and we're starting IG. We'll go Twitter next, and then full-on website to go out after that.
Well, congratulations, man. I mean, I'm really excited about what you guys are doing, man. You guys are really, really impressive, man. So keep up the good work.
Yeah. We really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you very much.
No doubt.
And you're listening to IE Sports on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. We got to go before Greg holler at us.
Thank you, guys.